Well, welcome back to another Wednesday Whiskey Review from you boys, the Buffalo Happy Hour. Today, we have another one for you where we don't necessarily have the bottle because we got it from our friend Jeff. My name's Jeff. We got it from Jeff, and this is Ardbeg 1999 Galileo. I'm pumped for this one, dude.
I love Scotch. Scotch. I love Scotch.
We don't have anything to show you. Obviously, there's no bottle here. But we will be talking about it. We'll throw a picture in the video so you guys know what we're referencing when we do look at label branding. Because we will be rating label branding based off of that picture. Because we did see it in person. It's just we are too poor to actually own it ourselves.
I am sending it to you un momento just so that you have it in your phone. There you are, friend. Okay, so this
currently is in stock, too, for 500 pounds. So that kind of tells you where we're at. We're shooting outside of range, bro.
Addie's is... Pause. Addie's is still a sponsor of the show, though. So Addie is located on Transit Road in Williamsville. Tyler, we appreciate you. Lewis, we appreciate you, as well as the entire staff. Rachel and the works. They have an in-house wine sommelier. They have an app, the Addie's Fine Wine and Spirits app, located on the Apple App Store and the Google Playground Play Store. With all of that said... They can ship something right to your door if you're located in New York State by just purchasing it right on the app and then selecting ship to. Enter your address and voila.
Voila.
It's fantastic. So anyways.
I hate how voila, like when people say voila, it actually starts with a V and they just pronounce it wrong. It's voila.
Okay. So not everyone's as cultured as you. There are uncultured swine amongst us.
Correct. Well, speaking of cultured, this Scotch is obviously Ardbeg, and it is matured fully in manzanilla casks. Fully
this time.
Normally, you get, with Scotch, you get it aged in some sort of ex-bourbon cask and then finished for a couple years in a cask from a different either region or even different product itself. Manzanilla is a white Spaniard wine. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. White
It's
Spaniard
from
wine. Because last week I said Italian? Or
no,
did
you said Spain.
I said Spain last week?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was wrong. It was Italian last week.
Oh, so it's Italian last week and this week it's Spain?
Marsala was last week. Did I mess that completely up?
Yeah.
Perfect. We'll redo it.
It's fine.
It's fine.
You said Spain for 2 weeks in a row, but last week, correct. We'll just do a text box and then just be like asterisk French.
Italian.
Or,
so this
I'm
is
sorry, Italian. Yeah, so this is Spanish.
We just stick with Scotch.
Mi español es así, amigos. Okay? I mean, it is what it is.
So, hold on. Now I'm all messed up. See, this is what happens when you don't get the bottles. Well, let me read you this because I was actually right last week. Give me a second, okay?
Un momento, por favor, mi amigos.
One of 2012's most hotly anticipated releases, Ardbeg Galileo, is made up from casks distilled in 1999, some of which have spent their full term in maturation in casks that previously held Marsala wine. So I was correct. Last week was Spain. This week is Italy.
Oh.
So they previously held in Marsala wine, imparting sweet tropical flavors from the mix. Galileo's concept is in celebration of the well-publicized experiment whereby small quantities of Ardbeg were sent into space at the end of 2011 to see how they matured in zero gravity.
Hold on. Galileo's in the name and you thought it was Spanish?
Correct.
Nailed it. Secondly, these casks went to space. They matured Scotch in space.
That is correct.
How much money do
That's
you
why
have?
it's 500 pounds, bro.
I'm going to age this. Where? Outer space. Who approved that? Isn't there a board that sat down and said, hold on, let's plan this logistically? And then all of a sudden the challenger's like, I'm going to go up. They're like, not you. So then they contacted like an Apollo mission, and they're like, we're going to send this with you guys because the Challenger people aren't the same?
I don't know, but Jeff
That's
Bezos.
an awful joke, by the way.
Jeff Bezos' wife is going to head the first all-female crew to space.
Jeff Bezos' wife's had just given pause. Too many things going on there.
What was that? Anyway.
Can we just review this?
All right, so Ardbeg 1999 Galileo, they spent this stuff to space. It came back. Elon approved it. He put his stamp on it, and they're like, all right, sell it. Just kidding about the last part. Don't know if it's true. But here we go with the Marsala wine from Italy.
Super expensive.
Correct.
What does this sell for? Like
I
$800?
told you, 500 pounds. That's all that I could find on it.
What is 500 pounds in dollars?
I don't know. I'm not cultured.
That's a quick search.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Ardbeg Galileo ranges anywhere from 715, like about $700.
It's the cure. Just cash. Just a mere 700 pounds.
525, 832, and 715. So label branding, A++, ob.
A++.
It's gorgeous. The packaging represents Galileo's space mission. It's a really cool package.
You literally haven't even poured yet.
I know.
I'm already on. Okay, label branding A++. Nose.
Jesus, why'd you pour so much, bud?
It smells like outer space. It smells like stardust.
Oh, definitely can smell Jupiter for sure.
It smells like sweat from an alien. No, I mean, this isn't overly powerful when it comes to peat from a Scotch perspective.
The last one that we did, the Ardbeg, was actually peatier, but not. And this is just not as pungent, but this doesn't have those fruity notes to calm it down. This is interesting.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down?
Yeah, I'm smelling what you're baking. Nailed
It's
it.
what I'm cooking. Or did he trademark that?
Let's see.
So I don't really know. So hypothesize with me a little bit because we got the time because we can do whatever we want here. What would space actually do to whiskey? Like, what would zero gravity? So if you really
it
talk
would
about
anti-gratify it.
yeah, so if you're talking about how whiskey integrates with the barrel, it's just soaking in. So is the whiskey just like in the middle of the barrel, not touching any wood? Like, I don't know. How does that even work?
It depends on the capacity that the barrel is filled. Yeah.
I
Because then
mean,
it would still just float. The barrel will float. The whiskey inside of it won't necessarily float, and then you can still spin it, so it would still contact the wood. It has to.
I don't think that that's true though.
The
Because
gravity barrier is the actual barrel having contact with whatever floor is there. But if you're also they probably bolted it down. They probably strapped it. You know, that little ratchet strap. You know.
This takes like what Jefferson did and like took it on a boat, and they're like, "We'll do better."
No one's going to appreciate the fact that this is an $800 bottle of Scotch, and we're talking about how liquid's not touching the barrel anymore because they age it in space.
Well, honestly, that has to be part of it. I can definitely smell it for sure. If you would have put this in front of me, I'd be like, "Yeah, this is aged in space."
We're going to lose every subscriber we've ever had. Like, this is why people don't need a platform.
But I mean, you go back to the whole. I promise we'll get to the rating. But like,
What do you
this
smell?
We'll get to it. But like, if you have money to spend on a bottle, why in the world would you spend $1,000 to buy a Pappy Van Winkle when you can buy this that was actually in space?
Because people don't know what they don't know, Derek.
It's so stupid to me.
I agree.
I agree. All right. No, I mean, you're getting the traditional smoke Ardbeg or the peat Ardbeg. It's very deep smoke. It smells like. I mean, this one smells more like a campfire than the last one did.
You want to know what this smells like? When you walk into a restroom that's an open bay shower, there's like 15 showers inside of one bay.
No idea where you're going with this.
You walk in and you smell a mixture of different body washes, all pleasant, all clean, but that's what this smells like. It's a mixture of so many different things that it just smells like multiple different brands of body wash, and you're just like,
Okay.
I want to keep smelling this scent.
I can get behind that. I like that. That was a good call.
That's
I like
exactly
that one a lot.
what this
Yeah.
is. There's no other way to explain that.
with a little bit of like this was a campsite and something caught on fire.
Yeah,
recently.
I mean, you're still camping in Allegheny, and then all of a sudden you walk into a bathroom bay, and then there's multiple different body washes hitting you in the mouth at once. Like that's exactly what this smells like.
It's a good call. So I mean, I'm not like super impressed by the nose, especially because we had the last one. The last one was very good on the nose.
Yeah, I'm gonna go B minus check.
B minus check. I like that. I
agree.
Last
taste.
week we reviewed Ardbeg. So if you're interested in that, go check that out. So initial taste. This has a heavy initial taste of like chlorine, iodine, like some sort of medicinal note real early on.
And then you get this pleasant amount in the in the initial taste. Once that fades off, you get this pleasantry of peat. And it's almost like it's an afterthought.
Yeah.
It's this afterthought of peat with a touch of smoke, and it's so smooth.
But this is very medicinal for me at first.
Oh, 1,000%. You can't get away from it. It's almost got like a high iron content.
Mm-hmm.
This is
It smells like a high school
delicious.
pool.
It's delicious.
It's very salty, too.
A lot of sea salt. And it's thinner compared to the other one.
Almost like it kind of dries you out a little bit.
It does dry you out a little bit.
It's definitely thinner for sure.
Where your gum meets the very top of your tooth, like your upper gum is dried. It's dried out.
Mm-hmm.
Get a little tingles in there. This is so good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still going to go A- on the initial taste.
Yeah, I'll go A- on the initial
And then-
taste. I agree.
Hi, Greg. Hi, Greg. And then the ending note, you're just hit with this pleasantry of peat, smoke, and then like a little sprinkle of, hey, we're still Scotch. And I think that radical dryness that just cuts through everything is because of the wine barrel.
Yeah.
It has to be. There's no other reason for that to occur.
On the ending note, I'm getting some kind of nut, like almond or something. And then I'm getting, like, tea. Like, are you getting some tea note, like that very weak tea bag note at the end?
We won the war. I don't drink tea.
I'm getting a tea note at the end.
The only tea I like is in the harbor. The elements of this are profound.
It's just very dynamic. And again, that goes to Ardbeg. I used to be a Lefroy fan because I liked the thought of no one else liking what I drink because it's just so off-putting in a good way because there's a lot of peat. Ardbeg just is like, we're going to give you the same, if not more, but round it out with so much sweetness and saltiness that you're actually going to sit down and enjoy it. Like, Ardbeg, I feel, is one of the best ways to introduce somebody to Islay whiskey.
Oh, it's the gateway.
Because even
Hands
if you're off-putted by the peat, you can still pick up notes outside of the peat because it's so salty and different from the initial taste ending note.
Yeah.
You're not getting that a ton with Lagavulin or Lefroy or anything like that. Those are like very peat dominant. These I feel like are they'll hit you with the peat in the beginning, the smoke in the beginning, but you're going to get some good taste after that.
Yeah.
I like this a lot.
This is delicious. Ending note, I'm going to go
A- check.
Okay. I agree.
I agree. All right.
Final rating. Derek, give me that countdown on a bottle that
We have no
we're
business
very
on it.
unlikely to procure.
3, 2, 1.
91. 91.5.
Dude, we're on it, bro.
This is really good, guys.
This is really good.
If you can get this, God bless you.
All right, so
Godspeed.
$500. Let's just put a blanket out there for $500. Would you buy this for $500?
500 pounds. I would trade for it.
So if you're in the store and you see this for $500, what would you do? Would you buy it or no?
I would talk to the man behind the curtain.
AKA no. I don't know if I would spend $500 on the juice, we've talked about this multiple times with other allocated products. Once you get past a certain point, the juice is not worth the squeeze. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing is going to taste $500. Nothing is going to taste $1,400. It's just how much you're willing to pay for it. So like Mike said, trade for it for sure. I would probably pick this up. The last one I said under 3. This one maybe like.
It was Agent Space. We got to bump it up a little bit.
Maybe like $225, $250 I would pay for this. But other than that, I'm not going out of my way to buy this. I would rather trade for it, like you said. But if I had to put a price tag on it, $225, $250 would probably be my max.
$295.
All right. So there you go. That is the review for Ardbeg Galileo. And if you do find this good for you, pick it up if you are willing to spend that much money and if you have that disposable income. I will say, too, this doesn't leave your mouth as fire burning as the last one.
Oh, didn't know where you were going with that.
Do you agree?
I agree.
I agree. If you do pick this up, please remember always drink responsibly. Vegan person and Michael.
Do not let it
We're out.